Back to where the action is. WICR.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Roommate Rivalry. Kevin Walsh alongside the gang, as always. Joe and Pete, how we doing, guys?
What's up, guys?
What up?
Joe, you good?
Yeah.
You didn't say hi. I was just going to make sure you're all right. Now we're gonna start today's show off. We're gonna talk some baseball here. Opening day is coming past, and the two New York teams. There's a lot of talk about both, and I think for the first time in a long time, one team is getting praise and the other team isn't, and things are switched around. We'll start with we'll start with the Yankees, the powerhouse that has now looked a little bit shaky. When you look at this current roster, it's not the most promising. They've started out in their first 6 games 2-4. Man, I'm gonna start with you. Just what have you seen, from the beginning in these first 6 games?
No hitting. No consistent hitting, honestly. I mean, the pitching, it's been okay, except for when we gave up the 8-4 to Boston. I mean, the pitching, I think it's been solid. The hitting, like I said, it's just not there yet. I think it'll take time because I really think we need Didi Gregorius to just get on base, because obviously he's not a great hitter. Because if he gets on base, he's got Gardner, Ellsbury, and Teixeira behind him, and he's really fast, so he could steal, and I think that's what we need to win.
I mean, I'll definitely agree right off the bat that the bats have been terrible, but honestly, I don't give pitching any credit. We've had, one of our 2 wins, we won 4-3, and I mean, 4 is kind of respectable. It's not that great. Every other game that we've given up 6 or more runs, and I mean that's pretty atrocious. Well, actually, in the other one we only gave up 4 too. But when you look at when we're losing games, we're giving up a lot of runs. The pitching hasn't been that outstanding, and the hitting's been pretty awful, to say the least. But Joe, I'll ask you. Last night Yankees really turned it around. They win 14-4, and that was much needed. If they would have came out and only in their first 6 games only won 1 and got swept by Boston at home, as they're about to go on the road, I think that would have been bad. But what did you see? What are your thoughts on last night's game?
I agree with Ant. I think that they haven't, like you said, the pitching really hasn't been that great. I mean, Tanaka, he came back. People were questioning if he was gonna have the same season as last year before he got hurt. And I mean, he did lose, but then he came back with a win. But last night, I think it was I don't want to say lucky that we got 14 points, because look, we gave up 4 runs, and if we didn't do that type of hitting, I think we would have lost, because we haven't been hitting at all. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic of us.
We have a team that could do they can click on offense and stuff, but they just haven't done it yet. So maybe obviously they're not gonna score 14 points a game, but maybe that was a glimpse that the Yankees, a spark, or that just showing Yankee fans that we could bat. You know what I'm trying to say? It wasn't, and it wasn't against a bad pitcher either. So.
Yeah, I mean, I personally describe the performance as unreal, and I say that because when you look at how we started off the season, it was really bad, and for us to go out and throw up 14, 7 in the first inning, it was a really big surprise. It's not what you would have expected. Yeah. And Pete, I gotta, your thoughts on the performance from the Yankees.
Can't take anything away from them. Obviously, they played well. The only thing is, the only thing I say is I think saying that it's unreal is a little bit of a stretch. Mm-hmm. You do it against Clay Buchholz. He had over a 5 ERA last year. You guys still let up 8 hits. You give, 16 hits. You do 16 hits against a Kershaw, a top caliber pitcher. I think then it's unreal. Putting up 14 runs against a good pitcher. I guess you could say a better pitcher than Clay Buchholz. I think you could say that's elite. Not elite, unreal, but to say that you guys still gave up 8 hits.
I mean, look, we don't
the Phillies. You want to talk about?
We don't have some amazing pitching staff, but I think Clay Buchholz is not some trash rookie. He's not garbage. He's still, an
Last year
established pitcher
last
in
year he
this league.
was.
I mean, but even a 5 ERA. Okay,
Come on,
that's
it's pretty bad.
They just put up 9 more than that. His first outing, Pete, he was phenomenal.
But look, he's averaging over 5 runs over 5 runs a game.
Yeah, but then but still, it's 14 from a team that's supposed to not have any type of bats.
Yeah, but you have those games that you just break out like that, you know.
So you think it's just a game? It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
not
I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like 14, you can't take anything away from them. 14 runs is 14 runs. Like, you played it, But to say it's unreal, I don't think it's that unreal. I mean, like if you want to go, I think the Phillies have 8 hits right now, and they don't have any runs. I think that's pretty good.
You're saying that
8 hits, no runs.
I don't. What are you saying?
Against DeGrom today?
Yeah, I guess they're on. Yeah.
Well, Buchholz had 7 innings pitched, 3 and 9 Ks, 3 hits, and a walk against the Phillies.
But he gave up 8 hits yesterday.
Okay.
No, he gave up 16 hits yesterday.
Wait,
Okay,
but
I don't know if it was.
Phillies, though.
But wait, so you're saying that the Mets get 8 hits against them, and it's impressive because
They didn't score.
that doesn't make any sense. If you're
Why
knock
not?
on
The Phillies
Yankees is
Phillies
giving
have
up-
0. They didn't score on 8 hits. I think that's pretty impressive.
That's just hits were more spread out.
Double plays.
Yeah, but I mean,
No.
why are you taking
I'm not taking anything away from the
gave up
Yankees,
8
but-
hits. I mean, they gave up 8 hits and 4 runs were scored, and they did what they answered the call by scoring 14, and the game was over. after
I'm
the
not
first
taking
inning,
anything away from
7-0.
them. I'm not taking away from them, but I don't think it's an unreal performance.
For us,
At
it is
all.
because we're no offensive powerhouse.
But you did it against Clay Buchholz, who isn't
Is that the
An
most
elite
scored
pitcher.
points this so far?
scored
Yeah.
points,
Yeah.
scored runs.
Runs.
Same thing.
There is one more thing that I do want to talk about the Yankees here. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Last year was respect. This year it's forgive. Alex Rodriguez has been the best player in pinstripes.
Yeah.
It's not even a debate.
Batting 300.
Other than pitchers, Pete, you could tell me, but he's been the best player in New York.
No, I said I want A-Rod over 40 home runs this year.
Yeah,
just because everyone hates him, I want him to go off.
And I know, this is probably the only Yankee who you'll actually cheer for. But guys, I mean, just initial thoughts on watching A-Rod come out this year and, be good.
Well, I'm big for the underdogs, you know that. So,
Well, A-Rod and
batting
underdog
300.
is
He's got a
definitely
home run,
different.
6 RBIs, slugs, 550. I mean, he's doing good.
He's a stud.
His
He's a
on-base
stud.
percentage is 417.
I mean, here's all right. Early prediction: can A-Rod compete for we'll go with an all-star spot?
Yes. All-star.
I mean,
I thought you were going MVP for a
I was
second.
gonna.
I was like, no.
But that was a little drastic.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I mean the depth at third base is pretty good in the AL.
Yeah.
With Josh Donaldson and Miguel Cabrera.
I mean, you're not that hot on Josh Donaldson, apparently.
I know, but he's better than A-Rod, I think.
I
Right?
mean, yeah,
in this
apparently,
part of his career.
Tulowitzki is.
No, I'm big on I'm big on Josh Donaldson. I always liked him. I don't want to trade him.
No. Do they have DH in the All-Star game or not? Or it depends what city it's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, will depend on where the game.
Do you know where it is this year?
Couldn't tell you.
I mean, the only reason I say he is because he's gonna barely play the field this year, and he just has to focus on hitting.
I mean, but I think you should go give it to who is it? David Ortiz. He's usually in there for the DH, you know.
And
I think A-Rod can make it.
And the thing is, it's fan
How many home
voting,
runs do you
right?
think
And no
A-Rod
one
today?
likes A-Rod.
yeah.
No, I don't
They
know.
pick Ortiz over him.
People like that.
No.
We'll see.
Nope.
How
Everyone
many
around
home
the
runs
league
do you think
hates.
he's gonna hit?
The only people that like A-Rod are
Over
Yankee
20.
fans. Let's be real here.
We'll
Think
go,
over 20?
we'll
I'm gonna
go-
say
No,
he's
no.
gonna hit 30.
25. You taking the over or the under on A-Rod?
Homers?
Over.
I'm gonna say exactly 25.
You have to be that guy.
I'll take the over.
I'm also taking. I think A-Rod's gonna just keep smacking him.
I think he is.
I mean, this is what you gotta like in a player. You juice up, do your time, but you still got all that power there. It didn't go away.
He
That's
was
why.
never a bad player. It's just
I have 2 fantasy baseball teams. I took me some Melky Cabrera and some Ryan Braun. You know what I mean? They juiced, did their time, and now they're on my team.
Got it. Yeah.
You got to be smart when you think.
Oh, by the way, the All-Star game is at Cincinnati, so
So no DH.
No.
No DH.
All right.
Hopefully we get to see some good pitching bat. I always like watching the pitchers bat in the All-Star game.
like Bartolo.
Bartolo Colon's a stud.
Thank you.
Weighs about 750 pounds. And
My
he's
my
just-
gosh, could he wing it though?
And he is just killing it. Bartolo Colon, you have yourself a fan right here.
You want to tell me something he can't do? Winning run yesterday. He drove in the winning run. Winning run.
I mean, he can't probably run the base pass.
I mean, he had to make it at first. Thank you.
Kid-
That's all we
kid-
need from him. We don't want him to hit doubles, nothing. Just he keeps getting singles.
All right, so then let's segue over to the Mets. Pete, what have you seen from your boys so far?
Who, Harvey?
No,
You said the boy, so
what is that? The only boy that matters?
well, no. Anyway, continue.
I mean, you work at City Field. Are you you know, when you see him, you say, "Yo, Matt, you guys that level yet, or what?"
No, I would still say Mr. Harvey. I haven't seen him yet, to be honest.
You haven't even caught a glimpse.
I saw him warming up. That counts.
Have you like shook the hand of any players while working at City Field?
Me and Vic Black are boys. He always says what's up to me.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty huge.
And Bones, bullpen catcher.
So you and the bullpen catcher and Vic Black basically just go out for
Yeah, because
Outback Steakhouse
because
after wins.
where my like the office kind of thing is, you have to pass the bullpen, and like I think like the bathroom that all the bullpen people use, you still
Right.
have to go past the office.
Mhm.
So like they're always walking by and stuff.
You're just dapping them up.
Yeah.
Not bad. But other than Vic Black and the bullpen catcher, you know, your thoughts on the Mets this year so far?
So far,
Yeah, so far.
I think we've been playing well. You know, we took 2 from the Nationals. Bartolo took it right to Scherzer. You know, he's been pitching well. DeGrom, who just got another win today, you know, he's pitching well. We got Harvey on the bump tomorrow. And you know, the first 3 pitchers, you know, I don't see any, they can't do any wrong right now. That being Harvey, DeGrom, and Bartolo. You know, we got the 2 losses when G and E's pitched, obviously, but you know, like those 3 wins, they're pretty commanding, I guess you could say. So I like what I could see. You know, we're not winning the games like 8-0 or whatever. They're close games, which I mean, I guess if you want to play like that and win, by all means, I guess. But I don't know. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Nothing that I can't argue with.
Nothing to complain about, you would
Yeah.
say?
I don't know what I see from the Mets right now so far. I think it's like the opposite with the Yankees. I think their pitching's good. Like they're not giving up as many runs as like the Yankees. So like the games are close. Like so they're not, like he said, putting up 8 runs, but they're doing just enough to win because the pitching is good. You know what I'm trying to say? So like so far I think it's all right, but I mean they did catch like 2 straight losses from Atlanta. You know, but it's still early in the season.
Yeah, it's very early, but and a lot of these questions are really going to get directed at you. But I mean, any concern about the bats? Because I mean, realistically,
The bats, yeah. There's always concern
all
about
your
the bats.
wins are basically because of your pitching.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have given up, you know, not a lot of runs really. When you look at that, I mean, you know, twice you've given up more than 3. You know, and that was the 2 losses to Atlanta where you gave up 5 apiece with your 2 end of the rotation starters.
Yeah. But I think our bats, they're not the best, but I think they're good for like 3 runs a game. And as you can see, like the games that we've been winning, we haven't let up more than like 2 or 3 runs.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like it, but like say if we were to make that playoff run, I don't know how far that's going to take us, but then again, that could work in our favor. Because, you know, if we take that shutdown momentum, great pitching into the playoffs, I feel like that could work for us.
Well,
What about losing your closer?
oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Cheater he is.
Oh, don't even get me started with the cheating.
Mets are just a bunch of filthy cheaters.
Wait, what happened? What did he do? He took roids?
Yep. Stanzola,
Oh, okay.
I believe it's called. It's probably not the appropriate name.
Winstrol.
Thought the Mets were clean.
What happens?
Roids.
Took roids.
You ever dap him up in the?
No, I haven't seen him around. No.
Yeah,
You're not
probably
gonna see him for
him
80
quite
games.
some time.
Yeah, and you know what stinks too? What is it called? MLB just put in like a sanction or whatever that if you get caught with steroids or whatever, and your team makes the playoffs, you're out for the playoffs too.
Wow, so he's pretty much done. So
Yeah.
he's irrelevant to your team.
I mean, he could help us get there. That's the only relevancy he has.
Isn't he suspended 80 games?
Yeah, I mean,
He's
I would.
basically suspended for half the
would you
season.
even really? I would love to see in that rule, like, say they trade him. Could he
Yeah.
pitch in the playoffs
No.
for that other team?
No, it's probably
No.
the same thing.
Because taking steroids isn't like a team thing.
No, yeah, I know, but like, I don't know.
It's a suspension.
Yeah,
follows him.
that really is no good. That's not bueno.
But we still have a couple good.
For all of our
we
viewers
still
out there in Espanol.
We still have good closers out there. We still have a good closer. We still have Montero and Parnell, who I think.
Montero is muy bien. Now
Si, senor.
now I'm just flexing over here. Ready for this one? Now we got your El Capitan, David Wright, is having a bit of a bounce back here from the early go. And Alex Rodriguez right now is the best player in baseball, undoubtedly. Stretch to say the least. Doesn't even make sense, actually. It's completely wrong. But I will say this: A-Rod and David Wright was once actually one of the more fun rivalries. You used to always compare Jeter Reyes, Wright, A-Rod. Who would you take? Well, right now though, what do you think? Any?
I mean, I like it. I feel like it's good for the rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they could keep up their performances to have that rivalry, I guess you say, that they had back.
Right.
It's good for the rivalry. I want to see it back. How about you?
I mean, I just think that A-Rod is. I mean, if I'm just talking about, I think it's good. But if I had to pick someone who's gonna win it, I think it's A-Rod's year. I think.
I think he has less pressure than David.
All right, let's be real here. Were you ever gonna go with David Wright, even if it was? If David Wright was batting 1,000, I think you still would go with A-Rod.
Well, no, listen. If A-Rod came out the gate and things were not looking too hot, was not a hot tamale like he is.
Hot tamale.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're keeping this whole segment right here. You
Jalapeno.
pretty much press the SAP button. We gotta get that one of those built in on Ustream.
Jalapeno.
Hot as jalapeno. Burning up the bases.
Some sriracha in here.
Bro, what is going on?
You go for some Taco Bell. So it's completely out of
All
control.
right, so you're picking A-Rod.
I'm saying A-Rod's the man.
I say he's the man too, but I still think in that rivalry, I think David Wright's gonna overpass him.
David Incorrecto.
Look at you.
I mean, Ant and Joe, you want to chip in here? Or?
I would pick A-Rod just because I think the Mets have a lot of pressure on them, especially David Wright, to actually make the postseason this
And
year.
you don't think A-Rod has a lot of pressure on
No,
him
I
to
don't.
do well?
I don't think
he's
he cares.
almost 40.
I'm being honest. I don't think he
he's
cares.
almost 40. He's like, I don't know, he's that guy who just came back from steroids.
I think he has pressure.
I don't think he does. I think it's more. I think Tanaka, Pineda, Didi, but I think the rest of the team has more pressure than him.
I just don't think
Yeah,
A-Rod cares.
obviously.
That's an honest analysis.
That's why he's a boss.
I feel like if A-Rod goes out for it, be like, yeah.
Isn't he making 25 mil?
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. He made 25 mil last year. Didn't play. Didn't play. Mucho dinero.
What is this kid saying?
All right,
And Joe's gonna pick
I
A-Rod.
forgot this is
All right,
Telemundo
all
or
right.
whatever they call it.
All right, Joe, close out
Yeah.
the baseball segment and our Spanish segment for the day by
Oh,
letting
it
us
ain't
know
over.
who you got.
A-Rod.
Well,
That's
a
it,
man
guys.
a few words.
A-Rod for MVP.
You asked me who I had, and I have A-Rod.
You want to maybe throw a description in there, or are you good?
He wears
In
number
Spanish.
13.
Where's number 13? All right, Joe. We are going to go to a very, very quick break, and then we're going to throw it back, and we're going to be talking some NHL, and we're going to force Ant to answer at least one question. So stay right here on Roommate Rivalry.